I know.
Anabolic beats.
Welcome back to Hoop Up Season. This is Matt here. Figured I'd come on and show you guys a little bit of my coaching life again. Last episode or last video that I did was touching on how I broke into coaching and basically shared a little bit of my why and how I got into coaching, just sharing my story. This story, however, I wanted to do something very similar to what my buddy Ant did, and that was excuse me, and that was share what I do in regards to training. Now, this one won't be a life of or a breakdown or a progression of a single player, but instead this will highlight a group of young ladies who I coach for club ball, and a lot of them who I've coached for a number of amount of years now. As I mentioned, I coach club basketball as well as I coach high school girls JV basketball. And a young lady who I'm going to showcase, her name is Madison, is a junior now, who is a junior this year. Been playing basketball since seventh grade. I want to say she's been playing since she was in seventh grade, and I've had the luxury of coaching this young lady. Now, to put it in progression, she wasn't always a basketball player. Just to give a little background about Madison. So she wasn't always a basketball player. I started coaching her in football. She started playing flag football for me, want to say back in 2016. So almost 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say. She was a seventh grader, played wide receiver, was pretty fast, one heck of a wide receiver, could catch, had very consistent hands, or had the most consistent hands on the team. Coached her through 7-on-7. So was a decent athlete. Ran track, played soccer, played football, could do it all. However, she would work out with our team from time to time, and I've noticed that she had some skill with basketball that we could work with. So she started playing basketball on my Lady Jets team. Been there since seventh grade and never really turned back. Made her middle school team in the eighth grade, made the JV team, saw some significant playing time, and started by her sophomore year. But long story short, had an up and down season, had a roller coaster season, and trying to battle through the mental part of the game. So, but she took all of I want to say since the end of the season, she took time to work on her game. Now, mind you, she always works on her game, always working on her game, but she took it even more serious last year at the end of last season. Now, was geared to play on my 16U, 17U team. However, COVID ended up happening and she didn't get many opportunities to play, but still kept working on her game and tried to work to get better. So the video I'm showing you, this has been like months and months and months of work. And so what you're seeing is basically our routine. This is what we go through. Now we switch it up. We've done ball handling, which we've kind of gotten away from and we need to kind of go back to, but we have done ball handling. We've done defensive work, trying to make her quicker, trying to make her stronger, trying to make her, more consistent. And in the video you're seeing, that you're going to see here in this episode, you're going to see a lot of shooting and a lot of one-on-one stuff. You're going to see a lot of shooting, progression shooting, making sure we got the form right and everything, trying to correct the form, as well as a lot of how can I put it? As well as just a lot of one-on-one stuff. So how to react off of the defense, trying to make things more simple. How we always say simple is better. So just trying to do stuff like that. So in the video, you'll see a lot of that. You'll see a lot of one-on-one ball. You'll see a lot of just trying to get her downhill, working on her mid-range game, working on reactions and stuff like that. Um, so this is Madison's video. This is our workout, our routine. Um, Also, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if this is what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see more of this, hit the subscribe button. Run up the subscribe. Our subscribers and our views as well. We're trying to spread the game and we're trying to share our world of basketball as well as trying to help others. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and hope you guys enjoy.
So usually, with Madison and I, we start off with some form of fundamental work. So we'll either go stationary, something very simple. So we'll go with stationary ball handling, or as you see here, just start off close just to get shots up, get her warmed up. As you could tell out here, it was a little cold that day. You could tell how cloudy it was. Um, Basically, it was just a little bit cold out there, so we kind of had to get her warmed up a bit just to get some shots going, get her form right, get everything, just to get everything going. She missed practice this day. I believe she missed practice this day because she just got back from her from a family member's house. She missed practice the previous day. She missed practice the previous day, so this was kind of a makeup for missing practice. Want to say usually we try to aim for about 140 makes. We try to aim for 140 makes, 150 makes. We might have reached about there, maybe I'd say we were probably 40 off of our mark, which we kind of got to catch up on, but we're trying to just get a lot of shots up, just trying to get her shots up. But as you guys know, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, what are you guys doing here? Are you guys just shooting? And basically, I'm just giving her gentle reminders, hey, drop your wrist. Here, she's trying, we're trying to get that that consistency. So we're trying to get her form down consistently. Get her into the rhythm, get her into the flow, get her footwork going, making sure her footwork is right. You can tell she's stepping into her shot. 1-2 release, 1-2 release. I'm trying to remind her to stay low as well. You can tell she's still kind of straight up a bit. As you can tell a little bit in the video, she's just standing up, then dropping, and then going back up. So that's something we just got to discipline her on, is trying to, stay standing and stuff like that. So pretty much this is what we're doing, is just trying to help her as much as possible. Now, usually throughout this time, and you can tell I'm trying to remind her, drop your wrist, drop your wrist. You got to do this consistently. And that's what I tell all of my players is, at home, I give them something to do at home, so that way they can consistently do it at home. If I can tell if they're not doing this at home or not, because if their form is still the same and they haven't been working on it or disciplining themselves, then it's not really helping them. So before we move back and we start shooting threes and stuff like that, we start going mid-range and we just start shooting. Now, throughout this time, I take this time, especially when we shoot, I take this time to talk to my players as well, or anybody who I work with, just to, it could be, how's your day going? How's everything going with your family? You know, again, Madison and I have been around each other since he was in 7th grade. I've been coaching Madison since he was in 7th grade. Have a good relationship with her parents, her family. Um, one of the hardest working kids that I've one of the hardest working kids that I've been around. So she when she comes, she always demands more, and she always demands to be pushed. So it's the biggest thing is we want to hold her to that standard, but it's really we're just having conversation. I think here we're just talking just about family stuff. Where she's telling me something about her family, I talk about my family. We're just sharing family experiences, talking about family, talking about how's her dad, how's her mom, cousins, uncles, or just sharing stories like that. So that is our time to get to know not just to get to know each other, because we've known each other for a while. I've coached her for a long time, but just catching up. You know, that's what I believe is you want to have good relationships with players who you work with, or even if you're a trainer, it always helps to have a good relationship with your players. Talk to them beforehand, even if they're going through something, and that's the thing. You can always, these are usually our sessions where as they're getting shots up, maybe something's on their mind. Maybe they want to rant about something, or they want to vent about something while they're just getting these shots up, while they're warming up. So that's something that we're doing now. Moving on, as you can see, we're venturing back, and I think this is where I'm telling Madison that about her where she should be shooting, where Madison should be shooting. So I'm correcting her where she should be shooting her threes. Now she's getting ready to shoot threes. Something that has been a consistent struggle because she's money from the mid range, but the 3-point shots, it's been a struggle. So we're trying to work on her 3-point shooting, as we'll get into here in a second. But I think I'm telling her about 3-point shooting. Um, this is actually off the dribble, or she's moving back a bit. But I was telling her about 3-point shooting, and then I was telling her how she needs to fix her release too. Um, something that needs to be fixed. Something that is a daily reminder that she needs to fix it. But she's gonna fix it. Again, she's been consistent from mid range. Uh, Needs to utilize it more a lot in games, but she needs the opportunity. She hasn't had the opportunity to play in games like that. So um, just trying to get her going, and she has been improving. This is like I kid you not. This is night and day compared to what we've been working on for years. She's been the form is way better. She looks a lot better compared to what she was a year ago. I think this is huge progress compared to what she was a year ago. I think Maddie has really improved since then. And that's a huge testament speaking to her and how hard she works. Now, the next step here that we're moving towards is we're now working on her release, and again trying to make it consistent, trying to fix her release because her hands is all over the place. It's going to the right, it's going to the left, it's staying straight. So now we're moving up. We moved her back in, and we're going with one hand releases. So we're getting her to shoot with one hand. So everything is now with one hand to get her to shoot. So we're trying to fix the form, trying to get more arc. And the biggest thing I'm more worried about is the form. Is trying to get her to drop her hands, snap her wrist, and drop her fingers. Because when she shoots, she keeps the fingers straight. The fingers don't drop, as if she's dunking a ball. So we're trying to fix that. And if we can get her to do that with one hand, then we can apply the guide hand into the workouts. So we've done that for I think another 15-20 minutes, just trying to fix that, trying to get a number amount of makes. I think we were out there for about an hour and a half. We were out there for a while, but just trying to fix all those things. So next up, now we've progressed into shooting from the outside, and as you can see, this is where um, now we've tried to fix her outside shooting. You could tell everything is short, not getting enough legs into her shot, and it could be frustrating on a young player, especially trying to find her consistency and her rhythm. As you can tell, she's trying to find a rhythm. She wants to continuously move into mid range, but in order to challenge her, she has to find a way to push through it. And that's the issue is with, or I don't want to say that's the issue, but that's the thing we got to do with her is we got to get her going consistently. So you can see she's starting to get some consistency. She's starting to get some lift into her shots from the outside, use her legs. But she gets fatigued. She gets very tired when she shoots. And that's the thing. This is spot up shooting. So we haven't even moved. We haven't done any type of movement. This is all spot up shooting, which tells me she hasn't been conditioning her legs or anything. She hasn't been working on her legs to get more strength or more power. And this all comes from leg workouts. So she knows she needs to do squats, needs to start doing squats with weights, getting into the weights, all that stuff. So here we're just moving her around. Now it's beyond form and everything because everything is fine. Her form, shooting, everything is fine. She just needs to learn to get more legs into it. Maybe legs need to be shoulder width apart more. You could tell she's putting too much into it, but you could tell here she's tired. You could tell she's just getting tired from shooting, and this is all attempts here. You know, this is all attempts. She's fatigued, and that's the one thing she has to learn. Is she has to learn to push through fatigue and find rhythm. And when you're tired, it's hard to get rhythm. It's hard to hit the mental, to hit the reset. After a minute too, these misses start taking a mental toll. And so what I'm trying to teach her is to fight through, is to keep giving her gentle reminders, quick, simple reminders. Keep the same thing. Remember what you did. If you give them short memory reminders, then it gives them a mental reset. So they just got to learn to mentally reset when they're tired or when they're going through a slump to keep them going. This is something that we have to do as coaches, is to help them out when we see them slumping. They got to see the ball going, but you can tell here she's very tired. So you can see she's getting a few more makes in. And again, it's easy for me just to edit these out and to put makes, but I want everybody to see the misses that she has. This was not a good shooting day for her by any stretch. This is considered a poor shooting day for her. And that's because of how tired she is now. It doesn't mean she's not shooting a lot. I mean, she needs to shoot more, but she just needs to condition her body and her legs to withstand the total amount of shooting and stuff. So this next part here is we're going through contact layups now. So after we've shot so many times, we move on to contact layups. So with her, we want her to use her quickness and explosiveness, but also to be strong going to the basket. As you can see here, she's fading away from it. I'm taking the boxing mats here, so I don't jam my finger. I believe a week ago I jammed my finger from trying to poke at the ball. But here we're just I'm just slapping at her arms. I'm slapping at the ball and I'm slapping at her arms. I'm trying to hold the ball down, I'm slapping at her arms. I'm creating contact, but I'm trying to get her to concentrate through the contact. So not worry about the contact, because you're going to get hit. That's regardless. This drill, you're going to get hit. Trying to get her to go faster and to stop fading away. So you can see she's trying to shy away from contact, but I don't want her to shy away from contact. I want her to embrace the contact and to go up strong. And this is mimicking somebody reaching at the ball or fouling her. Now, mind you, I'm a little bit taller than Maddie, so Maddie is probably going to see somebody try to swat the ball to the other end of the court. but she has to learn to take that contact. And Maddie, believe it or not, is a physical player. She has turned into a physical player. But now here we moved on to more finesse stuff. So we went through power stuff. So now we're working on using the spin moves. So here I'm stepping out the way. I'm giving her different things to do. So she did a euro. She did a spin move. So I'm telling her use different moves. Utilize different moves to get around me and react off of me. And if you can react off of me, then everything will come natural for her. So that's the biggest thing. She's just trying to euro and get past me as well as try to make these layups. So next I took the gloves off. I believe I took the gloves off here. Again, I already have a jammed, sprained finger, but now I'm using my hand. I'm trying to now disrupt her while she's using the euro step. So now she's trying to euro around me, but I'm trying to like deflect the ball and move the ball away and everything, and she's trying to fade away. So she's trying to avoid getting her shot blocked, which is a big issue. So now I've gone up and I started guarding her. This is something that we do a lot. This is something that we do a lot now. Is that it turns into we go to a drill, then out of nowhere, okay, now I'm about to guard you. Now you're gonna have to figure it out from there. So now it turns into a game of one-on-one. But we gone back to working on euros and spins and stuff. So I went up to her to guard her once. Here I'm trying to show her how she should be going up and how she should be moving the ball instead of how the way she's doing it now. So just kind of correcting her, having her walk through it. We're walking through everything here. So that's what we want to do, is start walking through a lot of these things. So here now, I'm trying to show her how to how to get the Rondo move, like the Rondo spin and everything. So I'm teaching her that. That is the biggest thing that she has to learn, is how to make that move. The footwork is what the issue is. She needs to trust her footwork a little bit more, but I'm teaching her how to do the move, how she shouldn't be posing. Just make the move quick and then go up, because she only has a certain amount of time to go up. So now from here, we're playing one-on-one again. I think this was after a water break. Now, mind you, Maddie elbowed me. Maddie, you could tell, threw an elbow and told me it's basketball, get over it, which is good. But now you just guard her, and then we play one-on-one from there. And it's all offense. There's some days where she plays nothing but defense, but this is all offense. So now we put everything that we worked on, from shooting to getting in the basket, we put it all together, give her a game time situation if she's guarding somebody. Now, she won't see one-on-one opportunities in the game, but we want to make her a point where she can score at any point. So here I'm trying to I'm trying to show her this. Look at her showing off. Had a good shot, and then she decides to show off. But that's confidence that we're trying to build. But here you can see the footwork still needs work. So defending her, bumping her, she needs to, and how she needs to learn to get around me. Because if I take it easy on her, she's not going to know how to get around me. She's not going to know how to get around defenders or anything. So she got to learn how to score in certain situations, and that's just by me just playing defense on her. Here I think we did mid-range only, so we went from layups to mid-range only. From there, I'm telling her she needs to shoot quicker, because the last one she did wasn't really shooting quickly or anything, but just trying to teach her how to get to her spots. So her spots are the mid-range game, right? That's her spot. That's where she wants to get to. So we're trying to teach her, and we're working on getting to that spot. So now she knows. Now I'm being a little bit more patient. I'm not being as aggressive as I was, but now I'm being a little bit more patient. So now she's using the footwork, how to spin off of me. Still, the footwork needs to be worked on. She needs to trust it a little bit more. But she kind of got it off of 1 foot. And there, I'm just teaching her, like, use a spin move, use any other move to get to that spot. But if we're doing mid range only, then we're just trying to get to that spot. She swiping at the ball, telling her to be protective with it. And here, this is where we worked on our step back. So I mean, a lot of good stuff here that she's been doing. But overall, she did one heck of a job.